After a month in Southport, exploring the area from Jacob Wells down to Surfers Paradise and beyond, making use of public transportation, trains, buses and the tram system, it's now time for us to move on to Sydney and prepare for the new year in the vicinity of the Sydney Bridge. It's Tuesday night and it's absolutely pouring down with rain as this weather system moves over Southport and Brisbane. We're still planning to leave tomorrow morning, Wednesday. Early rise, hopefully this weather system will have moved over and we can get underway. The forecast of the benign winds tomorrow, increasing Thursday from the north, probably 15 to 20 knots, which should give us a good push on our way to Sydney. Our route has us heading the Australian coast, anything from 5 to 8 miles offshore, so we can maximise the south flowing current. The plan is to get as far south as we can before the southerly winds kick in. If that does happen and we don't make Sydney, then we have waypoints at strategic locations along the route, and the waypoints coincide with harbours that will be easy for us to enter. So we're going south as far as we can, jump in for 24-48 hours if the wind turns south, wait for the weather to improve, and then head on our way to Sydney. Good morning, we've departed Southport, about 5 knots of wind, clear skies, about 1.5 meter swell, so it looks like it's going to be a very light day, motor sailing. Hopefully we can pick up a breeze in the afternoon as the land heats up, and head off to Sydney. We're approaching evening on the first day. We've done about 68 nautical miles in about 9 hours. We're averaging 6.5 knots. At times we're reaching up to 8-9 knots with a 2 to 3 knot current. And the wind's very light, 9 knots, up to 12 at times. So we've got the full sails up. As you can see, we have the Genoa out on a barber hauler because we're almost down to dead downwind. And we're just going to suck it up for the night. Hopefully the winds pick up and we can scoot along. It's mid-morning Wednesday, beautiful day off the coast of Australia, clear skies, very little swell and very little wind. So we've been motoring for probably the last 6 hours. We currently have 5 knots of wind. We're motoring at the moment at about between 6 and 7 knots. We're going to slow down and we're going to head for Port Stephens, spend a couple of days there and wait for the cold front to pass off the coast of Sydney. This front is forecast to hit that area at about noon tomorrow. So another beautiful day at sea. Friday morning, the wind's already turned southerly, so we're heading into Port Stephens. We're about 5 miles from the entrance. The sea is relatively flat. I think the northerly swell has been flattened by the southerly wind, and we're just enjoying a show put on by a lot of dolphins. The entrance to Port Stephens, we're following the range light, which should be white. If it's red, you're dead. After 2 nights anchored in Salamander Bay in Port Stephens, it's now Sunday afternoon and we're on our way to Sydney. We had to wait for the weather to pass by. We had pretty violent thunderstorms on Friday night and Saturday morning, so it was a good decision to wait out the weather here before continuing our journey for Sydney at New Year. We have full white sails up leaving Port Stephens. We have about 10 knots of wind and we've got about 7 knots of boat speed, which is pretty good for us. And as you can see, the wind's on the beam or slightly off the beam, and we have the Genoa out on a barber hauler just to keep the sail from the wind. So it should be a nice afternoon sail. Our next stop, well, the next waypoint we have is at Newcastle. Once we worked our way through all the large ships parked out there, it's a straight line to Sydney. Right now we have our Japanese crew member at the helm. Monday morning arrival in Sydney. Looks like we're just in time for rush hour. It's about 7:30 in the morning. Right, we're at the Spit Bridge, another 9 minutes until the opening. As you can see, there's a couple of yachts queued up here, so it's a mad race to get the best anchoring spot. What are you waiting for?
Bird shadow. Very good. What is your location, please? Over. Shadow, can you please go to channel 1?
Green light, Dave.
Yeah, down.
No, I'm just saying, you're asking what they're waiting for. Is it the green light? It's not on yet, it can't go through. There we go.
Now you've got to go on a paddle board right in the middle of the traffic.
Zoom in and see where it is. Just go down.
We're now anchored in Bradley's Head. We have an unobstructed view of the bridge, and hopefully we don't get a cruise ship anchoring in front of us or the water police telling us to move somewhere else. So, roll on, New Year's Eve. 6 hours to go until the start of the fireworks. He's coming this way.
Poor old Gizmo there, he's probably shitting himself around about now.
Yeah, look at him.
You can't say you blame him.
You better go have a look at this other one.
Don't worry. It's just like... taking a picture of where he's going to anchor.
3 hours to go, and it's still mayhem. It's getting worse. We've got all the latecomers coming in here.